Rahat. Selam. أعوذ بالله من الشيطان الرجيم بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم والصلاة والسلام على رسولنا محمد سيدنا ولينا الخير مدد يا رسول مدد يا سعد أصحاب السلام مدد يا مشاهد رسول ولا شاء الله فاز صلى محمد على المكان مدد طريقتنا الصحبة والخير في الجميع Peygamber Efendimiz sallallahu aleyhi ve sellem nübüvvetin ilerisini gördüğünü hepsini
As part of the prophethood of our beloved Prophet, peace and blessings be upon him, Allah Almighty enabled him to see what is going to happen in the future.
Söylemiş Allah Azze ve Celle Peygamber Efendimiz'e her şeyi göstermiş ileri.
Allah Almighty showed our beloved Prophet, peace and blessings be upon him, everything that is going to happen in the future.
Olacak şeyleri de göstermiş. Onun dedik.
And thus Allah Almighty informed our beloved Prophet, peace and blessings be upon him, and showed him the happenings and the events of what is coming.
Hepsi çıkmış.
And everything our beloved Prophet, peace and blessings be upon him, was shown, and everything he foretold has come to place.
Şimdi artık en son bu ahir zamanda yaşadığımız için
And now we live in the end of times.
Bunda insanlar bazı müminler yani yese düşüyor ki
And in the face of the calamities of these times, believers become desperate and lose their hope.
Bu kadar fesat, bu kadar kötülük nasıl olacak?
They lose their hope in the face of all the evil and wickedness and and in the face of all the badness. They wonder how things will become good again.
Bu ne olacak halimiz?
And thus they wonder what is going to happen with us in the face of all these bad things.
Halimiz Allah'a şükür Peygamber Efendimiz sallallahu aleyhi ve sellem dediği gibi.
But we trust in Allah Almighty, and we trust in what our beloved Prophet, peace and blessings be upon him, has foretold.
Bütün İslam girmediği yer kalmayacak.
And what is it our beloved Prophet, peace and blessings be upon him, foretold? It is that there will be no place where Islam will not have entered.
Binasıdır, taşıdır, kuldan çadırlara bile girecek diyor Peygamber.
Whether it's buildings, a stone, or even a tent, there will be no place on the surface of on this earth where Islam will not have entered.
Peygamber sallallahu aleyhi ve sellem ahir zaman en sonunda Allah Azze ve Celle galip olarak vaadini
In the end of times, Allah Almighty will make Islam prevail and make it be apparent everywhere.
izhar edecek, vaadini yerine getirecek ki
In the end, Allah Almighty will manifest His promise, and He will make Islam to prevail everywhere and to fulfill this promise.
bütün dünya Müslüman olacak.
The entire world will become Muslim.
Bu tabi ahir zaman, şimdiki zaman fitne zamanıdır.
We now live in the end of times. It is the times of corruption.
Onun için müminler yese düşmesin.
But even though we live now in these difficult times, believers must not despair.
Lüzumsuz şeyler yapmasın.
And they should not do useless things.
O sabırla vakti gelince
Instead, they should be patient, and they should be waiting for the time.
muhakkak Allah Azze ve Celle vaadi çıkacak.
And when the time comes, Allah Almighty will fulfill His promise.
Bütün dünya küfürden temizlenecek.
The entire world will then be cleansed of all the impurities and dirtiness.
Küfür pisliktir.
And this world will be purified of disbelief. Disbelief is dirtiness.
Necasettir.
It is an impurity.
Kafir, necis, ta ki Müslüman olana kadar
A disbeliever is impure until he becomes a Muslim.
onun hali pislik halidir.
And the state and the condition a person finds himself in if he disbelieves is a state and condition of dirtiness.
Kafir dediğimiz Allah'a inanmayan,
A disbeliever is someone who does not believe in Allah Almighty,
peygamberlere inanmayan insan
who does not believe in the prophets, peace be upon them.
kafir oluyor.
Those are the disbelievers.
O büyük bir musibettir
And to be a disbeliever is a great calamity.
insan için. En büyük musibet, her şeyden daha kötüsü kafir olmak, küfür.
In fact, it is the greatest calamity of all, and there could be nothing worse than being a disbeliever.
Allah'ı tanımamak, Allah'ın yolundan çıkmak.
There could be nothing worse than not knowing Allah Almighty. There could be nothing worse than not following the way of Allah Almighty.
Yani Allah'a inanmamak en büyük musibettir. Allah
To not believe in Allah Almighty is the greatest calamity.
muhafaza etsin
May
insan.
Allah Almighty protect us, protect the people,
Onlara hidayet versin.
and may Allah Almighty guide them.
Ama tabii o da nasip işidir.
And to be rightly guided is something that happens through the will of Allah Almighty only.
Allah istediğine hidayet verir, istediğine
And Allah Almighty gives guidance to the right path to whoever He desires.
vermez.
And if He Almighty does not will for someone to be rightly guided, then that person will never be rightly guided.
Onun için mümin, Müslüman şanslıdır.
Therefore, as Muslims, as believers, we must consider ourselves to be lucky.
Allah ona hidayet nasip etmiş, ona
We have been granted this greatest gift of all and divine favor to be guided by Allah Almighty.
İslam'ı nasip etmiş.
Allah Almighty gave us the gift of Islam,
En büyük nimeti o da almış.
and this is the greatest gift of all.
Allah insanlara hidayet versin.
May Allah Almighty guide all people.
Müjdedir yani bütün
And these are glad tidings.
dünya Müslüman olacak diye
The entire world will become Muslim.
Peygamber Efendimizin müjdesidir.
This is the prophecy, and this is what our beloved Prophet, peace and blessings be upon him, foretold.
Allah tez zamanda o vakit gelsin inşallah.
And may we come to experience those beautiful times as quickly as possible.
Bütün dünya temizlensin,
May the entire world be purified
güzel olsun.
and become beautiful.
Hem zahirde hem batında güzel
May this world become beautiful inwardly and outwardly.
olur o vakit. Allah yardım etsin.
May Allah Almighty help us,
O sabır versin hepimize.
and may Allah Almighty give us all patience.
Ve minallah tevfik. El Fatiha.